Part 2 of why I don't do food deliveries. Yes, ushering passengers has its own pros and cons, up to and including being carjacked, getting robbed, raped, and including loss of life. But food delivery has its pros and cons too. We talked about a story down in Florida where I believe it was a DoorDash driver or Uber Eats driver had a customer yank him in the house and chop him to pieces. The sheriff found him in various garbage bags on the side of the house. So regardless of what part of the gig economy you're in, it has its inherent dangers. But I want you to see this Instacart driver give you a primary example why I don't mess around with the food deliveries, because I would probably have been in the same situation as this driver, maybe with results that were not as good.
It wasn't a very happy Easter for actress Angie Harmon. The former Law & Order star says she got an Instacart delivery and then the driver shot her dog. As Lisa Guerrero reports, the actress says she and her family are completely traumatized and beyond devastated.
Actress Angie Harmon is heartbroken today. She says her beloved dog was killed by a delivery driver.
Oliver.
The dog, a German Shepherd Beagle mix named Oliver, was shot at her home in North Carolina, allegedly by an Instacart driver. He got out of his car, delivered the food, and then shot our dog, the actress says on Instagram. He shot our dog with my daughters and myself at home and just kept saying, "Yeah, I shot your dog. Yeah, I did." Harmon says her family is completely traumatized and beyond devastated at the loss of our beloved boy and family member. Rest in peace, sweet Ollie. Cops say the driver told them the dog attacked him and he defended himself by firing a single gunshot. They say no charges have been filed.
Those of us who have dogs or had dogs know how much they are a member of the family.
Oh my gosh.
The family dog is shot under any circumstances is very traumatic.
Harmon starred in Law & Order, playing an assistant DA. She also starred as a police detective in TNT's Rizzoli and Isles.
It's outrageous. I mean, imagine getting ready for Easter holiday. You've got 5 or 6 folks coming over, and all of a sudden you hear a gunshot and your beloved pet is killed. It's tragic beyond tragic.
Instacart says, "We were deeply saddened and disturbed to hear about this incident. We have no tolerance for violence of any kind."
Oliver. Instacart also says the driver's been suspended. Harmon moved with her family to Charlotte about 14 years ago, she says, for a quieter life.
Former Law & Order star Angie Harmon stating that she moved out to Charlotte, North Carolina for a quieter life. Well, she's going to have one less dog roaming around barking, so it should be a little bit more quieter. But unfortunately, it's under bad circumstances. Now, you see Gayle King in the other news clip talking about dogs are part of the family. That is true. That is absolutely true. You hate to take the life of somebody's dog, but hey, look, even if it's a human being, if I'm delivering to your house and that person is coming at me, indicating they're likely to do bodily harm, hell, they can get it too. What is not mentioned in this story is Angie Harmon suggesting that he fired at the dog on the other side of the house or something like that. The dog was on this guy. It's pretty clear the dog was jumping up on this guy. A lot of folks believe that their pet is harmless, and everybody else out there should understand that. In other videos about this story, Angie Harmon is seen talking to newscasters stating that we talked to this driver when he was on the way and he was making a delivery, and all of a sudden he shot the dog. Why the hell is your dog free to roam around and jump at delivery drivers? They indicate that the Amazon guy didn't shoot their dog. And things like, why is your dog jumping on delivery personnel? Fact is, even if you got the kindest pooch there is, you don't know what other people have been through. I know people personally that have been through dog bites as a child and still remain traumatized as an adult. You don't know who the person, everybody don't view a dog running at them as a friendly pooch coming to lick them. Because some folks have been chased down by dogs and bitten. So if a stranger is near your dog, the smartest thing is to make sure your dog doesn't jump on the stranger. But apparently Angie Harmon does not realize that. I want to play a clip for you the 911 call from the driver that strengthens the case. But in this case, you hear them state that the cops viewed it as self-defense and they have found no charges against this driver. And you'll clearly hear why that happened. Nevertheless, this was a Beagle German Shepherd mix. So it's not a tiny dog. It's definitely a dog capable of inflicting bodily harm on a person. If this dog gets its mouth around your damn shin or something like that, you're going to need stitches. So it is what it is. And they've already suspended the damn driver, even though the police deemed it as self-defense and didn't file any charges against the driver. So why Instacart does this shit, Uber and Lyft does the same damn thing, where they err on a side of caution and support the customers over us every damn time. He's done nothing wrong according to the law, yet they've already suspended him from his job. He may never get it back. My guess is carrying a gun while making deliveries may have something to do with that as well. We'll talk about that because he didn't have to shoot the dog. There's other options, but listen to the 911 call.
Avery ran to the yard screaming.
Were you afraid of a man with a holstered weapon on your property? I think we were in such shock. I was screaming at Avery to call 911. And when I said that, he said, no, I'm calling 911. I'll do it.
Your dog tried to bite me. I'm sitting here calling y'all. I'm texting y'all. I said, can you please put the dogs up? I'm on the phone with 911 now. So the dogs went off. So I just tried to hurry up and went on the porch, and the dog was trying to bite me. So what am I supposed to do? One of them left. I shot one of them.
Charlotte Mecklenburg police arriving at Harmon's home, telling ABC News the driver told officers that a dog attacked him while he was at the residence and that he defended himself by firing a single gunshot, striking and mortally wounding the dog.
Did you see any indication that he had been attacked? No. Not at all. Torn clothing? Nothing. No. Bite marks? No.
Wow. Now you see at the end of the video, they're asking the Law and Order actress, Angie Harmons or whatever her name is, did the driver have any marks or tears or bites on him? And she's like, no, so he shouldn't have shot my dog. Lady, that's the whole goal of why we putting the cap in the damn animal, is to avoid having tears and bites in your flesh. You shouldn't have to wait till you're being actively bitten to defend yourself. The whole purpose of that bullet is a proactive firing to prevent you from being bitten in the first place. So if he doesn't have any bites, tears, or scratches on him, he did his job right. If you come up to the police and you're talking shit, or you're armed and you're trying to harm an officer, he's not going to wait till you start hitting him to defend himself. That's the whole goal, is to prevent the bodily harm from taking place in the first place. But it sounds like they're indicating that, well, at least he should have been bitten once or twice before he shot my dog. These folks are outrageously crazy. What I think saved this driver, you hear him on videotape saying, the dog was trying to bite me. What am I supposed to do? He sounds sincere. Now, you heard in the first video, you know, she made it sound like he's bragging. Yeah, I shot the dog. Yeah, I did it. No, he is like, there's no damn way your dog should have been ever in this situation to begin with. I had to defend myself. You're damn right I did it. That's what it sounds like. But in the video, you also hear him follow up by saying, one of them left. So in other words, it actually was two dogs that came up on him. And it sounds like the audio from a gunshot going off and one dog being hit scared the second dog off. So it sounds like when he's making his delivery, he got accosted by two animals. Why the hell are these animals not on a leash or something? If you know you're ordering food, put your damn dog away. As I stated earlier, nobody knows if you got a friendly dog or not. Every dog doesn't act the same damn way. Nobody knows what triggers your animal when they've had zero experience with it. And the idea that everybody should automatically know your dog is friendly and just wants to sniff them or identify them or lick on them is outrageous. You don't know what anybody has been through. You just don't know. In my opinion, she's a negligent dog owner that could have saved her dog's life by simply putting it away when she knew she had a stranger about to be on her property. But it sounds like she's been getting away with it for so long, mentioning the Amazon driver and others, that she just figured, hey, I would get away with it again. Well, you got away with only one dog now. Last but not least, what likely saved this driver more than anything is he was the first to call 911. Oftentimes, even in domestic disputes, whoever called 911 first actually gets the worm. The early bird gets the worm. Whoever called 911 first, they're often viewed as the victim. It's like filing in divorces or anything else. If you actually reach out first, they treat you as if you are the one that needs the help as opposed to the other one. So good thing he called 911 first. Here, before we end the video, let's just say this. We always talk about carrying defensive tools. I advise if you're in the gig economy, you should always carry protection on you. We say mace, pepper spray, something to slice or poke with up to and including a firearm. This driver could have solved this with mace or pepper spray. Preferably a spray. Big mist that he could have covered both dogs' snout with, covered their eyes with, and they would have ran off yelping, but at the end of the day, the dogs would have been fine. If you're going to be making these door-to-door deliveries, you probably want to have something that's a little bit less lethal than a firearm. Pepper spray or bear spray or some shit like that would have saved the day in this case. Now, Angie Harmons would have still been pissed off. She believes her dog should be able to jump on people, and everybody should know they're friendly. But nevertheless, if there is no harm, no foul, at least she would have had a dog still alive and would have learned a lesson not to do this shit to future delivery guys. Hate that she had to lose an animal in the process, but I do see it as her fault. Let me know in the comments for you food delivery folks. How often do you encounter animals? Do you carry anything on you less lethal in particular? Something that will stop the animal, but not necessarily take the life of the animal. Do you carry anything less lethal on you? A lot of mailmen also carry pepper spray because you're delivering mail to houses and folks don't put their dogs away. Mailmen often encounter dogs as well. I almost had something like this happen to me, and at the time, the only thing I had on me was lethal. I almost, this girl comes running out begging me not to cap her dog. I'm in the middle of the street. I go for walks, all that type of shit, to air out my head after a work, a day of work or whatever. I'm walking down the middle of the street, and this dog comes charging at me full speed. And, I'm reaching for the holster. And the girl seen me pulling my shirt up going for it. Don't shoot my dog, don't shoot my dog. Why the hell is your dog out in the middle of the damn street? Nevertheless, her dog was saved because she yelled out, and I had to let this dog jump on me and, paws all on my shirt and shit. And, I took the chance because the little girl was begging me not to off her damn dog. But if she wasn't around, I might have been just like this Instacart driver. What do you guys deal with out there in regards to this shit? Less lethal. Do you carry it? Anyhow, feel free to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Don't kill somebody's dog, hopefully. And I'll see you in the next video.